Hi, it's Jennifer with Jennifer at Home, and I'm so happy you're here to join me today to make some homemade chicken enchilada soup. My family just loves this soup. It is so delicious, and best yet, it is super easy. It could not be easier and more delicious. Let me show you just how easy it is to make. I have everything set out to make this wonderful chicken enchilada soup. I put the slow cooker on high, and I have 2 large chicken breasts in there. The recipe calls for 3, but as you can see, those are gigantic, so I'm just going to use 2. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of garlic. You can use fresh, you can use jarred, you can use powdered, anything you like. This recipe is so easy, you really can't mess it up. A teaspoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of onion flakes or fresh onion, a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and that's optional. You can leave that out if you'd like, a teaspoon of cumin, a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to use about 12 to 14 ounces of enchilada sauce. This is a red enchilada sauce that I made myself from the dry chili pods, but you can easily buy a can of this, so anywhere between 10 to 14 ounces, 15 ounces. This recipe cannot be messed up, so just use whatever you have. Grab a can at the grocery store or watch my recipe at the end and make your own homemade from scratch. Then I'm going to add about half a cup of black beans, but you can use any kind of beans you like. And I'm going to add some hominy. This is about a half a cup of hominy, which is a variety of corn, or you could use regular corn. I'm going to set this in the refrigerator and keep it in the refrigerator until the very end because it's very soft and delicate, and I don't want it to get all mushed up along the long cooking process. And a half a cup of cream. And that's all we need to put in here. And like I said, you can change this up a little bit and leave some things out, add some things, and it always turns out delicious no matter what. I'm going to take the extra can. This is what's left in the can. I used about half the can of hominy and about half a can of black beans. So I've dated and labeled these, and I'm just going to put these in the freezer until I make my next batch. I'm going to start off with all of these dry seasonings, and I'm just going to dump them right over the top of the chicken. Then I'll add the garlic in. And if you watch my channel very often, you realize I really enjoy super easy recipes that really can't be messed up. Things that turn out great regardless. There we go. There's the red enchilada sauce. We will add the cream. And at the very end of this recipe, we'll want to have 2 cups of cheddar cheese and the black beans. Okay, we'll let this cook. You can either put this on low for 5 to 7 hours or on high for 3 to 4 hours. Stirring occasionally, and when it's done, we're going to take the chicken out, shred it, and then put it right back in that wonderful sauce for the wonderful soup. It's been 3 hours now, and I have my chicken and the soup, and I'm going to take the chicken out. Really good. I'm going to take it out and shred it up. You can shred it or cut it, and then I'm going to put it back in and let it cook for about another 30 to 45 minutes. You can see that my chicken is completely done. So I'll put it back in and let it sit a little bit longer so that the flavors can get all into the inside of the chicken. You could also shred this with 2 forks. I put the chicken back in, and I'm going to stir it right back into the soup. And then I'm going to pour in the hominy that I had in the refrigerator earlier. I'll stir that in and let it get nice and hot. And soon it'll be time to add our cheese. I have a couple of little corn tortillas. I'm going to grill them up on this griddle, and then I'm going to slice them really thin to sprinkle on top of the soup as a garnish. I'll just roughly chop these corn tortillas to put on top as a nice little garnish. Now that my chicken enchilada soup is all done, I will add the cheese. I have about 2 cups of cheese here. I'll put that in and mix it in. Now I'm going to put the lid back on and let this cheese melt for just a few minutes. Now it's time to dish up some of this delicious chicken enchilada soup. I'm going to put some cheese on top. And some tortilla chip. And there we have it. And here's how the delicious chicken enchilada soup turned out. Thank you so much for joining me today to make this super easy chicken enchilada soup. I hope you give it a try and realize just how easy and just how delicious it is. I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell and don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.